Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I introduce myself. My name is Mike Barker, MBE. I'm the world leading scientist in bomb disposal of all sorts, including nuclear bombs, in which I give advice to the American scientific team if they had a difficult terrorist nuclear bomb to make safe, which fortunately so far they have not had one. I'm at present putting myself forward as a candidate for the Strood and Rochester by-election as an independent. I've already applied to the Electoral Commission to form a new party, which hasn't been completed in time, and my new party is called the United World Government Party. Now this sounds, quite sort of airy-fairy, if you like, and way beyond my lot in life, but I have serious concerns in the way that the stability of the world is deteriorating. And it does seem that we're getting now problems with Russia and coming head to head with the United States. It's a great blessing, in fact, we haven't had George Bush in that position, because I think it would have gone a lot further than it has at the moment. But the problem that we have is that most people think that United Nations are the body which sorts out all the problems. Unfortunately, it was created by the 5 countries who have nuclear weapons. That is, the United States, the United Kingdom, Russia, China and France. They form the permanent 5 Security Council members permanently, and every other country is invited on a rotation basis just for a 2-year temporary membership, and they have not got the same voting rights as the 5 big countries who consider themselves the moral guardians of the world, and no one else must have nuclear weapons. Well, the problem is that every single leader of every country, it's morally on his back that he should defend his country with whatever weapons that could be used against them. There is no international law that gives these 5 first-class members the right to impose that no one else can have nuclear weapons at all. That is our United Nations. They've also got a mandate to reduce nuclear weapons to a 0 nuclear weapons. That has been totally thrown out the window because underneath George Bush they increased their nuclear stockpile from 2,750 warheads to now over 5,400. Likewise, Russia have increased their stockpiles too. And where will this end? The United Nations should have stopped the illegal war in Iraq. Kofi Annan was stuck there, but unfortunately he was really hadn't got the strength to stand up to the United States, because the United States, they call the tune as to what the United Nations actually do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see an end to the United Nations and it replaced by a new world government. And I'll set my party up, which will be coming live fairly soon in the next few weeks. Possibly after the election, but that makes no difference. You will find this on my website, which is coming live in 2 weeks' time, and it's the 3 W's.mikebarkermbe.com. What I want us to do is for the whole world to start thinking about each other and supporting one another, and not trying to be greedy and want a lot more than other countries who are in poverty states, and we should all work together, because otherwise the human race is on a course for annihilation. And not only that, we'll take a lot of the lovely animal and flower species with us, because at the moment we're currently ruining the world by our oversubscription to the fossil fuels, which we don't take seriously enough. A lot of people want us to take it seriously, but the governments really don't want to. We've got to stop this, we've got to change it, we've got to do something different, and I've got lots of ideas in which we can actually generate electoral power. And in fact the Great Britain has got the highest flow rates of tide right around its coastline. We could be sufficient in lunar energy with tidal wave generators even beneath the lines of the depths of the deepest tankers, generating power day and night, and not these useless wind turbines which would never pay for their maintenance costs through their predicted life cycle, despite the fact that their manufacturer proponents claim that they would. That's absolutely just hogwash, and the government haven't got the expertise to see through their conning the public into going for these ugly wind farm machines which generate 160 times less per unit area of electricity than a similar turbine placed beneath the sea. So I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see me launch my party. I'm on my own at the moment, just with my 7 cats. They're my party members. And I hope people will warm to the idea this is what we should be looking for, to get all the world together underneath the New World Government with its own single judicial system with laws that apply throughout the whole world. But membership of this government will mean you do not have nuclear weapons at all. So we're excluded here in the UK until we get rid of all our nuclear weapons, and so is the United States and the other countries. And we again reaffirm the fact we will never go to war against one another, but we will have judiciary, a court system made up with 12 judges who've got no vested interest in any debacle that there might be between countries like Israel and Palestine, and they will sit in judgment, and it will be incumbent upon their membership that they actually do accede to the decision of that World Government Court. This way, I hope we will live together in a much more safe world for our children and our grandchildren to come. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this, and don't forget my website, and you'll see all the details of this, and I hope that you will in fact warm to the idea, think about it, and then give me support. Thank you very much indeed.